Hello everyone, welcome to the Python programming series. In this series lecture, we will cover all the Python topic related to INT 108 syllabus curriculum. And we will cover every syllabus in this curriculum. And in this episode, we will study about variables and data types. And we will write our first Python program and learn variables and data types all in this episode. And for that, I'm gonna use Python editor. So now in this Jupyter notebook, as you can see, I have created a notebook. In this, we can code. So let's start by our first program, Hello World. As you can see, I have printed Hello World, and in print, you can use double quotes or single quote, and I prefer single quotes. It's your first program. Congratulations. Now, what is print? It is a function. It shows whatever is inside the brackets on screen. The text inside double quote or single quote is called a string. More on strings in later episodes. Try this. And I will show you more examples on print. I'm printing my name is Vishnu Velan, and I'm printing I am teaching Python. As you can see more example on how we can print strings in Python. Now in Python, we can do something interesting. We can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions, and whatnot more. So I'm gonna try addition for you. As you can see, the Python can do addition also. As you can see, 5 plus 3, 8, 1000 plus 10,000 and 10. 999 plus 10 is 1009. This is very cool. No quotes here because these are number. You get 5, 20, 25.0. Python can do maths also. Now we move to something important called variables. What is variable? Think of a variable like a box. You give box a name. You put something inside. Later, you use that box name to get the thing inside. Same in Python. For example, I will take name as Vivek and age 20, percentage 80. Now, name is the box and Vivek holds, and this box holds Vivek, and this box holds 20, and this box holds 80. Now, we can just print them. As you can see, it will print the output as exactly we intended. Name Vivek, Vivek, age 2020, percentage 80. Very easy. And in Python, we can do something interesting. We can also combine. So, for example, I do my name is comma my age is comma I got comma percentage comma percent. As you can see, in Python, we can do something interesting. We can put a string and do comma and later add the variable. This is very really interesting in Python programming. Okay, now it is a very important topic, and it is about naming rules of variable. So I will show you the examples. So in naming rules of variable, there are three rules you should must follow. Rule number one, variable name can have letters, numbers, underscore, but must start with letter or underscore, not number. Because if you type one where like this, one where this is invalid and won't work in Python, the variable should always start with letters, numbers, or underscores. Wrong examples are, as you can see, one where this is invalid, my where you cannot use a special character between in in the variable, and you cannot use space. This is very invalid. This is wrong. Rule number two: big and small letter are different. Name, name, and capital name, all three different variables C. Three different output, and you should be very careful on the underscore capital everything. Rule number three: you cannot use Python special words, keywords as variable label. These words are called keywords like IELTS or was true. This is the list of keywords. As you can see, Python has 35 keywords. Modern Python has 35 keywords. These words you cannot use. Like if is equal to 5 will give error. So this is all about Python rules for naming variable. And in Python, you can use underscore instead of myvar. Like you can see my underscore var. This is valid, but you cannot use special character like this hyphen. You must not use special character like this, but you can use myvar. Okay. Okay. So now let's practice some variables, and I will type out in Jupyter Notebook. So you can just see mm, some examples. I will take a student name, let's say Priya. Student age, let's say 19. Oh, there was a mistake. I shouldn't use hyphen, it's underscore. Because if you use hyphen, it will be invalid because you can only use underscore. Student grade, A. Marks, let's say marks 90. Passed, true. Now I will print it and show you how it works. So I actually put it student grades here. No problem, a small error. I will run it again. Okay, spelling mistake. As you can see in Python, there can be spelling mistake also. So you should be careful about it. As you can see, I created a variable student name Priya, student age 19, student grade A, marks 90, past is equal to true. As I did print student name, student age, grade, marks, past, it is past. As you can see, the output, as you can see, it is really very cool, and you can do this also. Now, variables can change value. I will show you the live example of it. Now here, I defined a variable score 10 and print starting score score. Now I will run it. Starting score is 10, but I will update. Look, 20. Print. Now score. Score. Run it. News now score is 20 because I updated the value. Now score is score plus 5. Print after adding 5. Score. After adding 5, as you can see the score 25. And you may be thinking, why not 15? Because score, the recent score is 20. So 20 plus 5 is 25. You cannot do 10 because 10 is a older code and it won't run. And the newly updated code will only add in this score. As you can see, score, a newly updated code will do. So after adding 5, the value is 25. And the equal sign means assignment, not comparison. For comparison, you do double equal for comparing values. But for assignment, storing data in a variable, you should only use assignment. Now, let's talk about data types. First data types is integers. I will show you some example of integers. Integers is just nothing, a number you store in a variable. That's all. So roll number of a student, I will take 20. Strength of class 60. And the, let's say, temperature of class is -1 degree. So let's do print type. As you can see, class int. Int means integer, and 2060 minus 1, its type is integer. Okay, now type function tell you what type. Now in integer we can do many operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, remainder, modulo, and I will show you the example of it. As you can see guys, I have created two variables A20, B7. These both are type integers. So what I did is here, let me run it. Guys, as you can see, I have printed addition. It basically do addition of two variables 20 plus 7 27, and subtraction a minus b 20 minus 7 13, multiplication 20 into 7 140, and division, as you can see the value here, floor division 2. Floor division basically removes all the decimal value after it to make it more cleaner. Okay, it's basically division, but it removes all the unnecessary stuff and give it a cleaner value. Remainder is 6, and exponential power is, as you can see, the value here. So this is the operation you can do on integers as well as division, what do you call decimal. And floor division only gives integer part. And float operation are same as integers for your information. And next topic is string. String means text. Always in quotes, single quotes or double quotes, both work. And in strings, we can do some cool operation like concatenation. Let me show you. Guys, as you can see, I have created two variables and a college name, three variables, two name and one college name. And I did print function of name. As you can see, name Amit Rahul, college, Lovely Professional University. And in string, you can do something cool is called concatenation, which is basically adding two variables or strings, a plus space for space between this and b, print full name Amit Rahul. Okay, I'll remove the space and just do single operation. Let's see what happens. Amit Rahul, joint, and if I used a space, then it will come space. Let's try experiment. And if you do this between, it's not gonna give a space. It's just gonna give a concatenation joint value. And if you do a space, it will give with space. So this is how you can do concatenation in strings. Now, let me show you some tricks in string. Now I will print it. Okay, some error UVC. Okay, the message, we took wrong variable in this, so let's fix it. Okay, as you can see, we did some really cool operations. Like to make the string in uppercase, we did message dot upper, which converts the string into uppercase. And in lowercase, we did message dot lower, which converts the string in lowercase. And to find the length of the string, we implemented len message, which gives the length of the message. And remember, the spaces in the message also count. For example, let's see, hello, one, and message. And when you count a string, you count it from one. In index, it's opposite. In index, you count it from zero, but in string, you count it from one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Because this space is also counted in string. So it is exactly 11. So we did right. Now I will talk about Boolean value true and false. Boolean has only two values, true or false, like switch, on or off. Let me show you some example of Boolean. And please listen carefully to my words. Do not get distracted. Please just pay some attention so you can understand properly. I really recommend you guys to download Jupyter Notebook. It is a very smooth Python editor. And in Google Colab, it is also okay, but in Google Colab, sometimes it is very laggy. The code takes so much time to run, but in Jupyter Notebook, when you run the code, it runs instantly. That's why I prefer Jupyter Notebook. You can use VS Code too, but I prefer code editor like this. It is much clearer to explain and very old fashioned also. You can see the example of Boolean values. Is student true? Is student is true and class is Boolean searching for. This is the example of Boolean functions. And there is something really important I want to say. You cannot, in Boolean value, you cannot take true as capital T true. It is invalid. You always must start from a capital letter. Then it is true. Rest else can be lowercase, no problem, but starting letter should always be capital in Boolean values. Now I will show you how can Boolean values be implemented. Now I will show you the example so you can understand how is it implemented. And you use in operations. Okay, so I will show you how Boolean value is implemented. So I have taken marks is equal to 45, passing marks is equal to 40. Result is equal to marks greater than passing marks. And print result comma result. So what happens is 45 is greater than 40, which is true. So it prints result is equal to true. Now another example, age is equal to 16, can vote is equal to age greater than or equal to 18. Print can vote can vote. So 16 is greater or equal to 18? No, because 16 is lesser than 18. So it is false. So can vote is false. This is how you can implement Boolean values by using operators. Now we will move to type checking and conversion. Now I will take some examples of types and I will show you. So I will explain after I implement the live example. You learn better from examples. That's my motto. As you can see, I have taken some variables with some values. X equal to 1000, Y is equal to Rahul. And as you can see, X is 1000, which is an integer. So the type comes as class int. And Y is equal to Rahul, which is a string, and class comes as class str. Str means string. And this is a decimal value. And for decimal value, the type is float. And G is equal to true, which is a Boolean value, and the type of G is a Boolean value, class bool. So this is how you can check the type of any variables. And in Python, you can do something really cool. You can convert the types. For example, I will show you. Okay, guys, now I have put in some example and I will run it to show you. As you can see, in Python, we can convert one type to another. For example, in string to integer, I have taken 1000 and a is equal to 1000, b is equal to int a. Print a type b, as you can see, 1000. The string converts to number integer 1000 and the class as you can see is integer as we intended. Now integer to string, the num is initially 100, but when we num underscore str is string number print and when we do print the string converts to the integer converts to string and as you can see the class is string. Now string to float, as you can see this is in string initially and when we do the float type and print it, it converts to float and the class is float as you can see. Now integer to float, the initially it is integer and when we implement float, as you can see it converts to float and the class is float as we intended. And be careful, You cannot convert ABC to INT. Let me show you. I will run it. Inbuilt literal error for INT with base 10 ABC. You cannot convert a string like alphabets characters into a string. It will come error. You can only convert numbers like 90 and I do it. It will come. Only string containing numbers can be converted. Not string containing characters cannot be converted to INT. This is very important. Keep in mind. Till now, we did fixed values. Now let's take input from user. The input function takes input from keyboard and always give a string. Now let me show you some example. This is really important and you should pay attention to it. Okay, now I print it. I'll enter student name. It asks for the student name. I'll enter Vishnu. Enter age 18. I'll enter grade 90. As you can see, student details, name Vishnu, age 18, grade 90. This is how it works. The name takes input, student name, Vishnu, and you print it. And when you take the input, it stores that input inside this name variable. And when you take input for the age, it stores that value inside the age. When you take input for a grade, it stores that value into grade. And when you do print name, it prints the stored value. So this is really easy to understand. And this is all about the input. So thank you. That is all for this today episode. We have learned about variables and data types, which is a key to learning about the Python. And when you learn about this, you can easily understand Python as we move on to next episode. And we will meet in the next episode. See you later.